Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show, Week 2 from Orange Lutheran. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis with the Orange County Register, being joined by Dan Albano that way and Steve Fryer this away. First, our stars of Week 1, and I will go with running back slash wide receiver slash Brandon Reaves out of San Clemente. Brandon Reaves had 3 touchdowns, including an interception return for a touchdown rushing, and a kickoff return for a touchdown. A great game and a 38-13 victory over Huntington Beach. Steve, who did you have from Week 1?
Well, there's a quarterback at Modern Day named JT Daniels. You might have heard of him. He had a pretty good game, 6 touchdown passes, ran for another. So far this season, over 2 games, completed 80% of his passes for 700 some odd yards.
He's insane. All right, Dan, you bring the D, and we're going North County for this one.
Absolutely. Freeway League. We're going outside linebacker, defensive end, Cedric Dashiell II from Buena Park. 3.5 sacks, fellas, 11 total tackles, and a 21-0 victory for the Coyotes at Paramount.
Okay, our game of the week, the guys behind us, Orange Lutheran taking on Centennial. Both are 1-1 on the season. Last week, the Huskies lost a thriller to IMG Academy of Florida, right, Steve?
That is correct.
Yeah, IMG of Florida.
IMG of a lot of places. They have kids from 26 different states and 8 different countries on that football team.
There you have it. That was in the Honor
They're
Bowl.
not even a Trinity League team, and they got.
Are they that much different than some schools that we cover?
We'll have to tackle that in another show. Centennial's Xavier Marshall just went wild. He had 230 yards receiving. And meanwhile, the Lancers behind us, they beat Crespi last week 23-3. They forced 3 interceptions, and they had no turnovers on the day. Dan, when you talk about Orange Lutheran and Centennial, there's a history there. And unfortunately for the Lancers, it's been kind of one-sided for Centennial.
Yeah, I mean, they played last year twice. The first game was excellent. I was at Orange Coast College, a non-league game. I was at that game. It was 7-7 at halftime, but Centennial pulled away in the second half, won 35-14. Last year, then they also played in the Pac-5 quarterfinals, 49-27 victory for Centennial. So it sounds kind of decent, but at one point it was 49-7. And Orange Lutheran scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. The year before, they actually played a shootout down in the Honor Bowl, and that was an excellent game. So the good news for the Lancers is that they know this opponent very well. They're not going to be shocked and awed by the pace of Matt Logan's Huskies and how hard they play and how fast they play. So that is an advantage for the Lancers.
Yeah, the Lancers have been mixing it up a little bit this year with their offense, kind of going West Coast style, to quote Coach. Steve, will that West Coast style, that new influence here with what Orange Lutheran's running, will that help them against Centennial, who's really an all-world team?
You know, both those games that you saw last year, Dan, were high-scoring games. Could be another one of those this game, too, as well. You know, Orange Lutheran is going to put up points on the board, but, man, I don't know if they can slow down Centennial because they got Tanner McKee, who threw for 474 yards, junior quarterback, threw 474 against IMG. A running back went for 170. Man,
Miles Reed.
Yeah, and they come at you a lot of different ways. They're a pretty outstanding football team all the way around. You know, top 3 in the state, right there with De La Salle and Mater Dei. So it should be a heck of a game. Big challenge. Yeah, and so Olu, they've really got their hands full with this one. You know, the good thing about it is it's kind of local, so maybe that'll help.
Well, let's hear about what the Lancers have to say about this matchup. We caught up with them earlier.
I mean, you're the one team in Orange County that's playing Centennial non-league game.
Probably just I'm not real smart, but no, I'd like to see what we have early. And, you know, I figure as much as if we are fortunate enough to get in a playoff, then there's probably a good chance I'll match up again with them. So it didn't work out last year. We felt like we played much better the first time than the second game. But, you know, the year before we played them in the Honor Bowl, and it's just a lot of fun playing them.
Coming up short every year is an ultimate, heartbreak. But, it's good to get back there again and, show them what we can do and what we're working on. So it's good. It's good to get that chance to get one more try.
Just come out, try to play hard and get this win because, even though it's my senior year, so I'm trying to get revenge back on. I don't want to lose to him every time I played him. So we should all come out really hard and play hard.
Our thanks to the Lancers for hosting us today on the OCVarsity Gridiron Show.